Hello and welcome. My name is Alaric Hamacher, and today I'm very happy to show you some very basic workflow using stereoscopic clips in DaviniciResolve. So very easily, recording a stereoscopic movie is usually done using two cameras, like these two Blackmagic cameras. So you have one camera for the left eye, one camera for the right eye, or maybe, as you have recently seen in the news, the new iPhone 15 has the possibility to record in spatial vision, which is also stereoscopic 3D. So these kind of movies you can post-produce and edit using DaviniciResolve. So very quickly, I have prepared a project here for you. Let's go to the media page, and I would like to import the sources from my clips, which come from the left and the right camera. So for this, there is a specialized workflow. I create a bin specially for the left eye, which I will call L, and I will make a new bin for the right eye. And I have to select now all the files which end in L to go into the left bin, and all the files who go into the right bin. So for this, it's actually nice to use here this search function. And I will just hit L and put all the movies here in the left folder. The project rate is asked by DaviniciResolve to adapt to the films I'm import. So I'm clicking here yes, change, because I want this to match. And I will just choose here the right clips to go in my right folder, and you see these clips are now here on the bottom level here and imported. So Davinci has now a function to combine these clips into one, because we don't want to keep track of all these clips. We would like to edit the movie as being like a 2D movie, and for this here, if you go on the right mouse click, you will see menu which is called Stereo 3D Sync. And if you choose here, you will see why I created the folders, because you have to choose now the left eye folder here on this level, and you choose the right eye folder here, and the output folder, I usually choose this on my master level or source level if I want to do so. Now it's helpful to give Davinci a little hint what are the left files and the right files, and you will see here that there is this checkbox for matching the file name, and since all my left files end in L and my right files end in R, I can hit the sync button after identifying these files, and you will see that here we have 6 stereo clips were created. And don't be surprised, the files disappeared here from the bins I created, but since I said the destination should be here, the master folder, I actually find them here, and you see that there is a little 3D logo which identifies these clips as 3D clips. So let's quickly make a sequence using here this first clip for example, and I will just go with the default settings and create a stereo timeline, and the timeline becomes automatically stereo when elements are added to it. And I'm just going to for example here add a second clip. You can edit now in the timeline as if you were editing with a 2D project. Just select your in and out points as you would normally like to do this, and you can just create your edits. So this is the way you basically work with these clips as if this was in 2D. And the special thing now is, if you actually want to see something in 3D, that you can go to the color page, and now comes all the secret here about this little 3D here at the bottom of these settings. So if we click this one here, you will see that we get a very new part opening up here, and I will move myself here to the left side so that you can see these settings a little bit better here. And first thing I would like to draw your attention here is the vision to what we actually see. So we can choose to see in mono, which means we see only with one eye, or we can choose to see the clips in stereo. But we also have to tell DaVinci in which mode we want to see this. So if we go to stereo, the default output here is none. But we would like to see something, and for example, if we want to use the very classic red and cyan glasses, this is the anaglyph mode, and you will immediately see that the two movies are displayed at the same time in an overlay that allows me to see using these glasses and seeing my edit in 3D. So as soon as you choose this, you can see everything in your viewer in anaglyph. If you go a little bit lower, you will also see that you can choose this in a different way if this is going to be output on the video projector attached. So for this you will need a device like the Ultra Studio 3D or the 4K, which displays the 3D signal to a device. But you can also choose separate settings for the viewer, the waveform, and also the output. So this is very easy how you start seeing something in 3D, and I will very quickly jump now to the delivery page here to show you where we have these settings. Once we are in 3D, you see here also the indication that the clips are in 3D. And if I wanted to render this movie out, for example, in a format that is used for production, which is side by side, for example, I can do this. I will just give a file name here, Stereo 3D, choose a location here on my output folder, render, and I now have the possibility here in these render settings, if you go down, that we have this stereoscopic render setting. And again, I will move myself to make this more visible for you. So here we have render stereoscopic 3D, and we can render both eyes side by side, so they will be frame compatible inside single frame with the left movie on the left side, or we can also decide only to render the left movie or only the right movie. And here we have again different options, top and bottom, anaglyph also. So if we wanted to render the movie as it is screened for someone maybe who needs a preview with these glasses, you could render out this movie as anaglyph. But for the moment I would like to do this side by side, since this is also a common format for television. And if I'm happy with all the other settings, I will add this to my render queue and start this very little job in front of me. And if we see when the result that we want to check here, I will go to my render folder, and you should see now that the movie that we have created is side by side the little sequence. So It is as easy as that to create a stereoscopic and to work with stereoscopic movies in DaVinci Resolve. I hope this little introduction gave you some ideas and made you curious, and especially if you have one of these iPhones, you have no excuse not to shoot in 3D. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.